Hello, and welcome to this presentation on remote master's degrees. I'm Samuel Derous, PhD candidate at the Open University in the Netherlands, and I research different ways of learning. Remote degrees are a passion, and I hope one day we can provide distance education for all master's programs. One problem is that we tend to prefer oral education over written education, probably influenced by the philosopher Plato, who stated that we learn more by hearing than by reading. We now know that some individuals have an auditory memory while others have a visual memory. We have experimented with distance education for a long time, starting with correspondence courses where you receive materials by mail, studied on paper, and send in homework. When open universities across Europe started, it became possible to earn a degree via distance education. Technology has improved, and the internet and streaming have been incorporated into distance learning. This is what makes distance education much easier today than in the past. Technology gives us possibilities we could not imagine 20 years ago. Online streaming and conferencing, but also cloud storage and virtual lab make it possible to program exercises in software that previously required a lot of hardware. Distance learning can be organized in many ways. Recorded videos, real-time conferencing, digital or written course material, or fully online courses. The possibilities are endless due to the increased technology. Distance learning requires a different mindset. The professor is no longer a teacher standing in front of a classroom, but an instructor using multiple methods. The student can be anywhere with a connection. In distance education, presence is less important than engagement. Universities providing distance education need a clear structure. Be concise and organized. If you inform students by email, don't scatter information across Blackboard or WhatsApp. Deadlines must be clear. Students work as hard as traditional students even if you do not see them. Distance master's degrees are attractive, but most providers are from the UK or the US. Platforms like edX, Coursera and FutureLearn offer online master's degrees from universities worldwide. Those platforms are pioneers on the subject of educational technology. Many allow auditing, giving minimal access without fees. Benefits are clear, especially for non-traditional students or individuals with special needs. For some, it may be the only way to earn a higher degree. It is also easier to scale the amount of students you enroll in the course or degree. However, there are drawbacks. Students have less contact with peers, so universities should provide forums or Discord servers. Instructors need flexibility because students are not all in one location. There are also assessment challenges. What to do with labs and exams? Does the institution see a way to organize these also distantly, or do the students need to come to the institution? Institutions must provide proper support. Simple smartphone recording is not enough. As already mentioned, it also requires flexibility and even more work from staff. Accreditation may even be denied if programs are poorly structured. Distance learning also demands more from students. Dropout rates are already high in traditional education and could be higher in distance education. Students need technological skills for tasks like downloading files, playing videos, or joining Zoom or Teams meetings. They need to know how much they have to study, so do need to organize their time without the help of the institution. Belgium already has some examples of distance education, mostly at university colleges and a few universities. Programs are often blended and could make more use of modern technology. Toledo and Blackboard, for instance, are good start as environments to organize distant courses. Distance bachelor's degrees are offered by university colleges, often as blended learning. Students study independently with materials provided and take exams on site. Cisco's Packet Tracer allows networking exercises to be done at home, simulating hardware connections. It is possible to connect and even program devices through the software. It is also possible to test the knowledge of a student and even put this on a time limit. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, the Higher Institute of Philosophy in Louvain has made degrees hybrid. Many courses are online, however some require in-person attendance at night. It is thus not possible to complete the entire degree remotely, but the philosophy department of the KU Leuven used to be one of the hardest to do a course remotely. Theology degrees have been offered via distance education for over a decade, mostly asynchronous in written form with exams taken at the institution. They use the same form as the distance degrees of the university colleges. However, in the Netherlands, the Open University has always been a pioneer in distance education, offering master degrees across 7 faculties. Recently, exams can be taken in home using specific software that makes it sometimes harder to take the exam than in an exam center. As you have seen, there are many options to explore. Many universities in Belgium still do not provide enough distance education. The main challenge is a mindset shift, which is not yet ingrained. Other institutions worldwide are paving the way, but the future is online. Thank you for your attention.